Okay, welcome back, dear viewers. Wanted to do a year in review video and highlight some changes that are coming to the channel. I actually wanted to do this video a week ago, but starting the day after Christmas, I got hit with the flu, and what you're hearing now is the aftermath of victim of influenza. I could probably do a really mean Tom Waits impersonation right about now. But anyway, I just wanted to get, like I said, I just wanted to talk a little bit about 2023 and the changes that are coming to this channel. Why? Well, if I put it in a video, I'm kind of committing myself to it. And this year, past year, has had a lot of ups and downs, twists and turns, and I had to juggle all kinds of stuff from family and job related to, my hobby. And, obviously my family comes first, my job comes second, and my hobby that I love so much has to come third. So a lot of things that I wanted to do in 2023, I didn't really get a chance to do, especially starting with the OGL debacle. Um, though that presented a wonderful opportunity where I got to work with the Red Room, Miguel and Sylvia, and help them with Wretched RPG, which is a great game. And I'd like to run some on my channel eventually. And I was able to publish a few things. Like I got involved in a Shadow Dark contest, and my module, uh, The Curse of Ashenshire Keep, came in 41 out of 116. Not bad in my opinion. My layout sucked. I take full blame on that one. But you know, and in the 18 months since I actually started doing stuff on this channel, I'm almost at 500 subscribers. So I just wanted to say thank you, everyone. And that's part of the motivation to change things up, be a little bit more professional, because you deserve it. I appreciate you accepting what I'm trying to do, which I'd like to think is a little different. Uh, the actual plays will continue. I love my players and my Lamentations of Elemental Evil campaign. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I'm glad we're having fun. Um, and I think those actual plays are kind of important. I know it's a niche within a niche within a niche, but in my opinion, it proves I'm actually using the modules and the rules and the supplements when I review them. I got the spiel. I got nothing against the flip through review, but sometimes I wonder: are these people just sort of making videos for clout, or are they actually using these modules? There's like maybe one or two talking heads that I actually, well, three that I actually, believe, and that's Dungeon Craft, Grim Jim, and Daniel over at Bandits Keep. I'm sure there's some others out there. I'm not trying to call them all liars, but you know, the internet is inundated with bullshit, and game this hobby can get expensive. So, um, and I also think the actual plays demonstrate what role playing games actually are. You know, Critical Role and uh, Dimension 20, is that what it's called? And some of these other, uh, highly produced, radio plays is really what they are. That's not D&D, and that's not role playing games. And I think it's done a major disservice to the hobby. The Matt Mercer effect is a much bigger than just having a DM capable of doing, all these crazy voices and blah blah blah. It's set the wrong expectation. And if you listen to my actual plays, when Lamentations of Elemental Evil actually started, I didn't know any of those guys except for Cody. And I thank God Cody jumped in because I was very nervous. So I had a friend, right? Um, and a couple of guys I had played with, like a few one shots or whatever, a couple months prior. Um, but if you've been listening, and if that's your thing, and what I think you've also been listening is watching a group of dudes become friends. And to me, that is what the tabletop role playing game is really all about. It's having a good time with some people and making friends. I don't want to sound, you know, whatever that sounds like. Bob Ross, I don't know. Hey, a little cute little dragon over here. But that's why I do them, and it's a great excuse for me to meet people and run all these games. Behind me, you can see I got I got games. That bookshelf goes down even further. Um, so in 2024, I'd like to continue to run one shots, but that's been a lot more challenging than I realized, mostly due to life. Um, So I'm going to try to expand my player base a little bit more, get more people involved, which means I'm going to have to become a little bit more active on social media. And I'm not talking Twitter. Twitter sucks. I'm talking more like Facebook, some of the Discord servers that I get invited to, and then I don't do anything with. But I need to let people know, like, hey, I don't mind running games. If you got a Saturday night free and you just want to sit back, eat some nachos and roll dice, I'm here. One of the things that I'm kind of surprised I've had problems with is setting up mini campaigns. Um, this is a little bit more than a one shot, but it's not expected to last a long time. I was expecting people would be, jumping through my window. Hey, I'll play. But I had a couple people for the Scenic Dunsmith mini campaign, and I can run this again and again and again based on how this book is written. But I've been trying to put together. I thought would be an awesome K Long game, Kenneth Haidt Lamentations, using OSE and Victor Gorchev's Modern Necessities, which is a wonderful book. I mean, this is seriously wonderful. I did a deep dive in anticipation of actually playing it, and I've been having a hard time finding players, and I suspect it's because it's kind of experimental, right? I'm using OSE as the game's engine, Lamentations hex crawl module, and then a third party supplement. So maybe that's scaring people off. I don't know. I just think one of the things I love about OSR, and I know that title or label is falling in disfavor due to the flame wars on Twitter. Um, but the what I love about OSR is the plug and play aspect of it. Like, I have all these games, but I could mash them together and create something unique and interesting. So I might try to get a mini campaign going with this one, the Yellow Book of Breckenwold, Lamentations. Everyone plays Magic using characters of some kind because it's like a twisted Hogwarts meets Arthurian legend meets Lamentations of the Flame Princess. So there's some weird horror stuff going on in here. I think that might be a cool uh, mini campaign to run. Um, Once I get my Mahuahidal book in by the Basic Expert, I would love to run that too as like a mini campaign. So I'm gonna, you might see me advertising that, and then maybe come swing back around and try my fantasy Vietnam game, Apocalypse K Long, right? Um, yeah. So what? 2023. I got to publish a few things Was this Gift for All in Norway, Lamentations of the Flame Princess, Wretched Folklore. This was right before the Red Room got banned from Drive Through RPG. That was like 2 weeks after the new year, and I was like, oh hey, this is great. And then they were banned. I'm like, so my book's out there. You can find it on Lulu, uh, and it's got monsters in it for Wretched Country and Wretched Epic. It's also got a Wretched Epic and I guess Wretched Country character class in there too called the Spiritualist. It's kind of like a psychic. Right? A couple other rules supplements that you can mess around with. But so yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy year. I published some stuff for Schult. I almost published another thing, but I ran out of time in November. I'll probably get back to that in 2024. Um, but yeah, later 2024. So the first quarter of 2024 is going to be really focusing on some of the changes I want to do with this channel. Like I said, more engagement with Facebook and other social media, you know, sites, Discord, that sort of thing. I'm going to try to spruce up the channel, make it a little bit more professional. However, okay, and I want to be clear here, I do this for fun. I don't want it to become a job. I don't want it to become work. To me, work is not fun, and fun is not work. And the moment something becomes work, it's no longer fun for me, and I'd rather not do it. So, but I might try to do a little bit more for you guys to make it a little more interesting. You might be seeing my ugly mug a little bit more. I'm probably gonna pick up a nice mic too. My buddy Gary has been like hounding me on this. I used to do a podcast with him. I'll put a link to that in the description. But speaking of Gary, we've been wanting to work together. He and I might put together some kind of talk show for the afternoons, um, kind of like a call-in thing. We're still trying to figure out how to pull that off, but we're hoping that we can do something with that soon. And I think that would be a lot more fun than just running like a stream where people are typing, right? Like you actually have people who are on my Discord can just like hop in for a second, ask a question, chit chat with us for a little bit, and then peace out. Um, that might be a lot of fun. And Gary is a great guy, and he's very knowledgeable about games. So be on the lookout for that. Second quarter 2024, my plan is to start playtesting a Lamentations project. That won't be recorded, but you might be seeing some updates on my blog. I've already been playtesting a few things. I got to do a little bit more research, but the basic premise is it's New York State hex crawl when it was New Amsterdam, early 1600s, Dutch colony. There's a lot of cool stuff involved there. A lot of cool things for players to do. Everything from, you know, collecting pelts, because that was a big thing, exploring the region, which was also a big thing, and then dealing with Native Americans. In New York State, we have this thing called we had this, nation called the Iroquois Confederacy, and they were pretty powerful. If you're a fan of the movie Last of the Mohicans, the Mohawk are Iroquois. I think they were the bad guys in that movie, but they're at war with the Algonquin at this time, and which was a Mohican. Okay, so there's all kinds of neat stuff going on. Plus, you got the weird magic, weird monsters. Like I think it'll be a lot of fun. It's been a project I've been working on and off for a few years now, and I really feel like it's time to just dive into it. I have a couple other ideas for Wretched Verse, and then I'm going to even see if I can pitch a couple smaller adventure ideas to James for Lamentations. Um, but for this channel, what I'm going to do is starting second quarter is I'm going to actually start doing more videos kind of like this, where I'm just going to talk about my design choices for the campaigns I've run and kind of touch upon, in that context, touch upon the I guess controversies or techniques or you know ways of running a game. Like, should you use one-to-one time? When is a good time to use one-to-one timekeeping? Solo play versus, or zero prep, things like that. Like, and I think using my Lamentations of Elemental Evil campaign as sort of like a backdrop, highlighting where I thought I made mistakes, will be a good idea and good way to sort of present, how I run things and how I put things together. So, as far as third quarter and fourth quarter go, I'll probably just take fourth quarter off, number one, because it's the holidays, right? Third quarter, I don't want to get too far ahead because, again, who knows what's going to happen in 2024. But I have a cowpunchers idea that I'd like to start doing research on, and I want to finish some of the Chult stuff I started working on. Maybe Venger will be like cool and work with me on something. I don't know. I have to. It's a thought that just popped into my head right now. So, but that's kind of where I'm at. Appreciate, again. I'm almost at 500 subscribers. I really appreciate it, and I hope you stick around. There'll be more reviews, in-depth analysis, more one-shots. Like I said, hopefully more mini campaigns, and starting in April, you'll be seeing some more, I guess, RPG theory and analysis on campaign design. So thanks for putting up for my influenza voice, and I hope your 2024 is a good one.